안녕하세요, 여러분. Today we're hopping around Seoul and also taking a quick trip to what some call Korea's prettiest coastal city to highlight one of our very favorite ingredients. Something that's often associated with Japan, but that also holds an extra special place in Korean food culture. It's loaded with health benefits, it's out of this world delicious, and it's set to pack a mighty punch when it comes to male stamina. I'm talking about eel, and we want to know who's serving up some of the best.
Eel may be an all-around nutritional powerhouse and a supposed source of manly strength that's not as over the top as certain other things touted in Korea, but for us, it's purely a matter of flavor and texture. It's terrific for a relaxing restaurant experience or for a comforting meal at home, like the kind you might have at Kangseol's parents' place, filled with exquisite banchan and my mom-in-law's precious honey-preserved garlic, and it's a food that's meant to be savored with every bite. All that said, we want to start off this eel journey in a bold way. And to do so, we're dining in the Suyu neighborhood at Tongyeong-Sankomjangeo, a local favorite. It's a spot named after the owner's hometown, situated on Korea's southeastern coast, and along with a wide-ranging menu of uncompromisingly authentic seafood dishes, its specialty is slime eel, aka hagfish, a highly unique sea creature with a highly unique taste and mouthfeel, and that notably has a flexible edible vertebrae rather than an actual spinal column. It might seem extreme to a lot of our American friends, but boo-hoo. YOLO, baby. We're trying it salted and grilled over charcoal and served with some real treasure on the side. Seaweed soup with red pepper, cucumber, and a fishy ice-cold broth. Chive, red onion, and a badass parsley-like herb called chamnamu, dressed in soy sauce and vinegar. Hard-boiled quail eggs. Bondegi, or silkworm pupae, for extra kicks. And if all that's not exciting enough, we even have my main man Lee Byung-hun watching over us while we eat, providing the extra hunkiness. The grilled slime eel is unlike anything I've ever eaten. A toasty charred outside, a savory oily layer of meat below that, and the springy, almost crunchy vertebrae at the center. It takes a little extra chewing and getting used to, but the flavor is definitely rewarding. A little bit like mackerel, but more funky and pungent, and zapped with a salty, grilled smokiness that really makes it click. The herb and onion dish lands an amazing uppercut of fresh flavor between bites. The quail eggs are scrumptious, and even these little bad boy pupae are doing it for me. They're especially good as a bitter, earthy add-on, but they're also worth a shot as a standalone bite, as long as you're down for some intensity. Yet what's really knocking us out is an extra that we ordered. A stew made with finely ground conger eel, dried radish leaves, fernbreak, garlic, and big heaps of fermented soybean paste and ground wild sesame. This thing is truly something else. Thick and hearty, rich with a mellow, briny flavor and a woody taste from the veggies, and it's got a nutty umami vibe that's getting me just as frisky as any traditional mojo wine ever could. This is not the kind of restaurant you run into every day, and besides showcasing everything from the sea to the soil, it's delivering very heavily on the eel front. After piling on the praise to the owner and his wife, who were above and beyond kind, it's time to make our next move. We got plenty of pigging out left to do.
There are some other more standard eel dishes to savor in Seoul, many of which are through the roof delicious. But before we grab an additional bite here, we're briefly heading out of town on a very important mission. We'd like to try something much more rare and regional in the stunningly gorgeous city of Yeosu, another hub on the southern coast. It's a hugely popular destination for many Koreans due to its picturesque natural landscape and clear blue waters, and it has a relaxed, laid-back charm that makes some folks never want to leave. Luckily for us, it's also known to have some top-tier food. 저희가 선택한 곳은 하얀집으로 바다 바로 앞에 위치한 조용한 마을에 자리한 곳인데요. 아름다운 경치가 이미 훌륭한 음식을 더 특별한 경험으로 만들어주는 곳입니다. 저희가 여기에 온 가장 큰 이유는 이곳은 이 지역에서 사랑받는 장어인 참장어 샤브샤브를 전문으로 하는 곳이기 때문입니다. 저희가 들은 소문에 의하면 아주 귀한 경험이 될 거라는데요. 첫 번째로 상에 깔리는 음식은 신선하고 맛있어 보이는 홈메이드 쌈장을 포함한 양념들과 샤브샤브 국물인데요. 국물은 간이 아주 약하게 되어 있고 양파, 파, 피망, 대추가 들어가 있습니다. 그 다음으로 반찬이 쏟아져 들어오는데요. 낙지젓, 방울토마토, 양념돌게, 그리고 이 지역에서 유명한 강렬한 갓김치 등의 도토리묵, 매실장아찌까지 다양합니다. 그리고 또 놀라운 경험은 공짜로 제공해 주시는 장어 엑기스인데요. 쑥, 생강, 그리고 건강에 엄청 좋은 것들로 가득 차 있습니다. 진하고 살짝 기름지고 아주 쓴맛을 가지고 있어서 제 스타일은 정말 아니었지만 저는 아주 꿀꺽꿀꺽 잘 마시네요. 뭔가 혀가 잘못된 거 아닌가 싶기도 하고요. 드디어 얇게 썰린 신선한 장어가 도착하는데요. 끓고 있는 국물에 5초에서 10초 정도 익혀 먹는 거라네요. 생선살을 부드럽게 유지하고 신선한 맛을 즐길 수 있게 하기 위해서인데 첫입에 무슨 말인지 딱 알겠더라고요. 정말 신선한 바다의 향에 최고의 부드럽고 촉촉한 식감을 가졌고 신선한 해물에서만 느낄 수 있는 섬세한 감칠맛까지. 간장만 살짝 찍어도 맛있지만 상에 깔린 반찬들과 같이 먹었을 때 정말 다양한 맛을 경험할 수 있습니다. 무말랭이와 매실장아찌와 함께 쌈에 싸먹으면 정말 새콤 쌉쌀해지고 사장님이 추천해주신 대로 생양파와 쌈장에 찍어 먹으니 정말 별미네요. 강렬하고 인상적인 맛도 좋았지만 식재료들이 정말 질 좋고 신선하네요. 이 장어 정말 훌륭합니다. 마지막으로 국물에 건더기를 건져내고 잘게 잘라진 쌀, 야채, 그리고 땅콩가루를 넣어 벨벳처럼 부드러운 죽을 만드는데요. 살짝 달달하고 고소한 맛에 가벼운 생선 맛까지. 너무나 편안하게 식사를 마치게 되는데 저희가 먹은 중에 가장 기억에 남을 식사 중에 하나가 될 것 같습니다. 여수는 저희에게 정말 큰 인상을 남기는데요. 당연히 이 기회에 여유있게 산책하며 아름다운 경치를 즐겨봅니다. 여기서 머리를 좀 식힌 후 저희는 마지막 세 번째 식사를 하기 위해 서울로 다시 올라갑니다.
Our last destination is the Jeomseo branch of Yangsando, a small EO-focused chain that initially started off as a single small restaurant in the city of Busan, way back in 1956. We've heard they've got the goods, and we've come to enjoy their take on two dishes of Japanese origin. Hitsumabushi, aka Jangeo Tteopbap in Korean, which is a classic grilled eel over rice dish hailing from Nagoya, Japan, and to give us some variety, Sakidon, aka Yono Tteopbap, or salmon sashimi over rice. Both are served simply with a cast of delicate sides, like an outstanding, very natural tasting miso broth, gorgeous steamed egg, and some buckwheat noodles and fish broth, and for extra flavoring, kimchi, seaweed, scallion, soy sauce, and wasabi. We're going to keep this review short and sweet. The eel here is immaculate. Extremely soft, meaty, and fresh, cooked to an aromatic perfection, and brushed with a very light sauce that adds some impeccable salty and sweet to the subtle taste of the grill. It's taken us by storm. But not to be outdone, the rice itself is somehow just as impressive. The timing, the temperature, the resulting flavor and feel, it's all magic, and you can taste it in every grain. This might be a more familiar eel dish to us compared to the others we featured, but the execution is so flawless that it's silly. Not surprisingly, the salmon is also lighting a fire under our booty. Succulent, fatty, melt in your mouth, and all the other things you'd expect from a place with this kind of cred. The taste is crystal clear, and once again, the rice, which is intentionally served at room temperature for this dish, is just bananas. Delightfully chewy, seasoned with a touch of vinegar, and so dang pleasing. This whole meal is outrageous, and really all the grub that we've tried for this episode has almost taken us over the edge, and we're convinced that there's actually no winner to be found. Everything in equal has made this an insanely delicious adventure. As a famous New Jerseyan once put it, it's my life, and it's now or never. I just want to get loaded on eel forever. Thanks for joining, and we'll catch y'all at the rendezvous in Seoul next time.